Episode 3 of No Gain, No Love begins with Ji-uk's big reveal at the dress shop. Everyone, Hae-young included, are astounded to see how good Ji-uk looks in suits. Yi-lin ends up hanging out until he chooses a suit. When they ask how Hae-young and Ji-uk met, Ji-uk says they knew each other as kids. Later, Hae-young rants at Ji-uk, angry at him for being so good looking. As they argue, they're interrupted by a woman, a cameo from none other than Kim Jung-yeon, playing her role as Jung-gu from Strong Girl Nam-sun. The two go to a cafe for Hae-young to call it off. Ji-uk explains that his grandmother didn't want him to use his good looks to get ahead. Hae-young also ends up confessing that Woo-jae cheated on her for 6 months. She then asks Ji-uk how he remembered all the details about her friends and ex. He says she would talk about it loudly while at the store. Meanwhile, Woo-jae can't stop thinking about Hae-young and Ji-uk. Yi-lin happens to mention that Hae-young is exactly Woo-jae's type. Woo-jae dismisses it and says he's never thought about it like that. Inside their massive chaebol house, Ji Hae-young tries to change his mother's mind about allowing unmarried women on his team. His mother refuses because of his father's affairs. When Gu Hyeon gets to work, he comes across Hae-young handing out wedding gifts. They exchange pleasantries and he congratulates her. He later orders Ha-jung to go to her wedding in his place. Hae-young enters a meeting room and finds that Yi-ling has told everyone that Ji-uk is handsome. The others ask her about the proposal and the ring, and she manages to ward them off with vague answers. But she realises she needs a wedding video documenting their relationship and the proposal, as the trend is these days. In the evening, Hae-young goes to the store and asks Ji-uk to take part in an elaborate proposal. He refuses to do so even when he brings up the cat, Kitty, who Ji-uk wanted her to take care of. This all happens in front of 2 young students and is absolutely hilarious. Without Ji-uk's support, Hae-young takes a selfie stick around and films herself, but Hui Seong and Cha Hyung reject it, saying that her eyes look dead. Back in his tiny apartment, Ji-uk gets continuous texts from someone named Yoo Ka-young. This person calls and Ji-uk responds that he doesn't want to go there, referring to some place overseas. He then says that he's getting married. Hae-young buys herself a wedding ring and rents one for Ji-uk. She then goes to the store when Cha-young asks her to pick up a package. When she gets there, someone locks her in and the lights go out. She follows a trail of fairy lights to find a message made out of jelly cups. Marry me. A toy train comes by, offering a toy ring. Ji-uk is standing behind her and reveals he bought a bunch of the jellies that Hae-young really likes, which are about to stop being produced. He asks Hae-young to marry her and she says yes. While setting the store back to normal, Ji-uk admits that someone he knows lives in Canada and wants him to move there. He's using this marriage to stop them from contacting him for good. She sympathises, but also tells him to make a better proposal when he's doing it for real. He says he's going to avoid women who want designer bags and hotel rooms for a proposal, aka women like Hae-young. Later, Hui Seong and Cha-young are watching the tape of the proposal when they comment that Hae-young's eyes look genuinely happy. Meanwhile, Go Hyung comes across his mother's tab and the scandalously sexual web novels on it. The wedding day then arrives. Cha-young speaks loudly on the phone and makes sure everyone hears that the groom's relatives are all overseas, which is why they aren't here. Meanwhile, Hae-young decides to not use the waiting room and welcome the guests by the hall. Her mother uses a waiting room and greets all the foster kids who have now grown up and come to see her. Hui Seong and Cha-young tear up when they realise Hae-young meant for her mother to have this moment. While waiting outside the hall door, Hae-young sees another bride with her father. She remembers her own dad comforting her when she was upset after seeing Cha-young. Her father promises that they will live as just the 3 of them for a while. At present, Hae-young regrets something that happened with her father, but we don't learn much more about it. Ji-uk arrives and they walk inside hand in hand. As they walk down the aisle, Hae-young wonders if her mother regrets her father's death too. Producer Yun, who was taking the wedding photos on Hui Seong's request, comes out of the hall. Cha-young thinks they're off to go on a date, but he says he has to go elsewhere. Hui Seong takes Young aside and it's clear that both of them know about his affair with the other woman and that she's hiding this from Cha-young. We also learn that they've been together for 10 years. He kisses Hui Seong and heads off. Ha-jung, as directed by Go Hyung, arrives to give Hae-young's wedding gift. He meets Cha-young and recognises her as his old classmate. Cha-young blushes all over. After the wedding is done, Hae-young and Ji-uk are out on the street. Hae-young waits for a cab to take her to a company-sponsored night at the hotel. Ji-uk is about to return the wedding ring, when suddenly, Yi-ling drives by with Woo-jae and reveals that they are cashing in their company-sponsored hotel getaway that very same night. Ji-uk wants to leave, but Hae-young convinces him to come with her to the hotel. The couples end up being booked into adjacent rooms. Once again, Ji-uk wants to leave, but Woo-jae steps out of his room and forces the couple to hide in theirs. An epilogue then shows a scene from the wedding, when the groom must give the bride's mother a hug. Ji-hyuk does so and Hae-young's mother remembers him and calls him by his name. He responds saying, "It's me." Episode 3 of No Gain No Love is quite a blast actually. We see Hae-young and Ji-hyuk finally dive into the fake marriage idea but still argue and squabble over things. Hae-young filming herself was hilarious, as was the scene where she begs Ji-hyuk to propose in front of the young student sitting outside his store. The eventual proposal was absolutely adorable with the little train and the jellies, and it also gave us some insight into Ji-hyuk's personal life. The episode is fast paced, engaging and fun, with both Shin Min-ah, one of my personal favourite actresses, and Kim Young-dae doing a fabulous job of their frenemies energy. The chemistry between them highlights that they've known each other for a while, and the actors smoothly switch things up from arguments and banter to soft moments of connection. The show as a whole is playing into its sense of exaggeration, and with those additional animations and comedic sound effects, it's really living up to the name of entertainment. The twist at the end, while a little predictable given all Ji-hyuk's knowledge about Hae-young, is executed pretty well. It's a short and sweet reveal at the end which makes you want to know more. With the mystery of Hae-young's father's death and her old connection with Ji-hyuk in the mix, I do feel like this show might be taking on a lot, but for now it is a sharp dose of fun and humour with a sprinkling of romance, making it an absolute must watch. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.